Hi, welcome to my another video on Agile. Today I am going to talk about Scrum over Waterfall and three enormous advantages that Scrum holds over Waterfall. Here is the brief summary of topic that I will talk about in this video. We are going to start with a quick overview of Waterfall model, followed by a short overview on Scrum, and we are then going to discuss three fundamental advantages that Scrum has over Waterfall. So, what is Waterfall model? Waterfall model is a linear sequential model. In this model, the software development activity is divided into different stages, and each stage consists of series of tasks and has different objectives. Here, the output of one stage becomes the input for next stage, hence each stage must complete before the next stage starts, which basically makes this model very rigid. There are a couple of issues with waterfall model. Three major issues that I see are lack of adaptability across all stages. It is very difficult to adapt the changes once the stage is completed, as moving back the stage is not easy. Even a small change in any previous stage can cause big problem for subsequent phases, as all phases are dependent on each other. Apparently, we know that it is very difficult to think of every design issues, possibilities and requirements prior to development, and hence lack of adaptability across all stages introduces kind of big issue in software development. In waterfall model, there are high amounts of risk and uncertainty as there are no client feedback during the development cycle. Here, client does not have the opportunity to get acquainted with the system in advance, as we know that there is no working software produced until late during the life cycle. Thus, the client is hardly in a position to inform the developers if what has been designed is exactly what he had asked for. Apparently, we know that many times it happens that end product is not the one that customer had wished for. In this model, since the testing is delayed till the last stage, most bugs or even design issues won't be discovered until very late into the process. It also shows a kind of careless approach towards coding practices, since testing is only an afterthought and we often run through a problem of too little testing, which ultimately impacts quality basically. Now, what is Scrum? Scrum is one of the methodologies for implementing Agile. It primarily says that the rigid schedules, insufficient communication, and inflexible processes that we have in traditional models doesn't lead to successful projects. Instead, we should continually inspect and adapt to changes and operate agilely by reinventing the team as a self-organized unit. So, what roles Scrum has? Scrum primarily proposes three roles: product owner, Scrum master, and the development team. The development in Scrum happens in short cycle called sprint or iterations. It starts with a wish list of features called a product backlog. When the product backlog is available, then the team and the product owner holds a planning meeting where they basically discuss about the top priority requirements. The development team estimates efforts of each requirement, which is often called as user story. On the basis of estimation of efforts and the priorities that the product owner has given, development team selects the requirements for the sprint, and then the sprint backlog emerges. And then development team continues with the rest of the development activities. Progress is captured via so-called burn-down chart and different ceremonies that Scrum provides. During the sprint, every day team meets for 15 minutes in daily meeting, which is often called as daily stand-up, which helps the team to get an overview of how the team is progressing. To conclude the sprint, the team carries out a sprint retrospective under the moderation of the Scrum Master, where the team discusses and finds out what could be changed that might make the next sprint more productive. Finally, they produces a potential shippable product. And then they starts with the same process for next iteration. Even the story that is not finished in the last iteration could be taken in this iteration. Now, let's come to three fundamental benefits of Scrum. Scrum helps in producing high quality code or software. Development practices that Scrum promotes signifies the same. All these practices you see here leads to high quality software. For instance, Agile says no big design upfront. It says design should evolve through the practices we use to produce the code. Inspect your code frequently and do refactoring. Test often via sprint testing. Do continuous improvement via retrospective and release often to get faster customer feedback and adapt accordingly. To discuss further in details on these topics will be a long discussion. However, if interested, please comment. I would be happy to create further videos on this topic. Scrum focuses on customer satisfaction. After all, the customer is the reason for developing the product in the first place. Scrum prioritizes and delivers high-value software features early in the development cycle. In Scrum, product owner works closely with the customer to define and refine product requirements, and also he prioritizes product features in order of business value. Reprioritization leads to high-valued feature reaching the market faster, which ultimately leads to higher customer satisfaction. Frequent delivery of working functionality allows the product owner and the customer to have a full sense of how the product is developing and gives them a chance to take corrective actions if they wish to. Delivered software is always prioritized, which helps customer to get return of investment faster. Scrum welcomes changing requirements even in late development, which gives customer competitive advantage with their competitors. It accepts the idea that problem can't be fully understood or defined upfront. It instead focuses on how to maximize a team's ability to deliver software quickly, respond to emerging requirements, and adapt to evolving changes. Scrum is much more flexible to adapt changes. Risk management in agile methodologies is inherent and built into an agile team's day-to-day operations. Agile methods implicitly manages risk where blockages or project impediments are identified in stand-up meetings on an ongoing basis. The short duration sprints effectively breaks down risk and provides an opportunity for early mitigation. A major part of traditional software project management involves tracking of schedule and cost overruns. Agile makes this tracking easier. With burndown charts, management can get a daily assessment of effort and schedule. These charts provide easy visibility into project progress and helps in early identification of issues and risk. Agile methodologies virtually eliminates the chances of absolute project failure. As we know, right from the starting of the first sprint, team starts getting working software, which makes sure that no agile project fails completely. The biggest risk in any project is the possibility of not releasing any product or service at all. Focus on frequent and multiple deliveries ensures that there is always something that will be delivered, and customer feedback can help shape future deliveries to ensure that the correct product is being delivered. That's all for this video. If it was useful, then don't forget to like and subscribe and encourage me to create more such videos. Thank you for watching.